Hello, it's currently midnight after I've recorded this video. I don't want you guys thinking that I'm some kind of really cool content creator that like takes 3 months to make a really high quality video or whatever. No, I just don't lead a very interesting life. So I'm just gonna pretend that I have this skit here where I like walk up to my local game store in my red and blue shoes and look up at it and say, "Man, why isn't this thing transforming?" And then like there's a cut to black as it says like welcome to a battle building deck profile or whatever. But instead of that, I'm just gonna have this bit. It's kind of like post-ironic humor or whatever, like garbage where stuff's not really all that funny. Anyway, it's like the Tuesday before Springfest Atlanta, and I don't have a team. So this is partially my cry for help, please, I need a team. But also, I just wanted to get some content of some kind out there. Versus Realm, I love it there, but not really a whole lot happens, so can't really make another vlog like I did last time. I'd love to, though. So this is Battle Buildings. Some acknowledgements before this deck profile. First off, Chris Brazis, different fight, second fight, made like third place Lisbon last year. And he actually did a deck profile for it. Pretty great video. I've watched it a few times just to take notes and whatnot. Link to that will be in the description. Various people have done this at like the World Championship level. I think Malaysia was one list that comes to mind. That's on the card list for like the official Buddyfight site, so I think I'll leave that one out of the links. Anyway, I kind of like battle buildings, but I don't think that they're great in the current format. I'd probably take something else to regionals or whatever. Like I think Dragon Blood Sector Mystic Knights are probably my best bet, although I do have another couple of options that I could bring up if anybody's curious. Anyway, I think that they're kind of showing their age a bit. They need their second wave for their ace stuff because just about every single other deck, except for like one or two, has gotten their second wave since Dimension Destroyer. But, grapping aside, this time. So, 4 Takukichi. Some people run 3, I run 4. I don't think that I would run any less than 4. 1 gauge call cost, 1 gauge ride cost. Can't be destroyed by your opponent's card effects. And if you are right into a battle building, drop the top 3 cards of your deck, take 1 size 3 or greater monster, and up to 1 spell from among them, put them into your hand once per turn. So this is a really good effect. First off, it's 1 size 3 and 1 spell. I didn't realize that until a couple of days into owning the deck, embarrassingly. But also double attack is nice, and if you have like 2 of these, you can actually do this funky little thing where you like ride 1, call the other, use this effect, mill 3, use this effect, mill 3, and then ride this one goes to the drop zone. Because riding is a new instance of the card, mill 3 from this one, and you've just milled like 9 and taken like, 6 cards, I think? Assuming you get like perfect mills, which you probably won't, frankly. You'll probably mill like mostly spells and mostly monsters. Just, preparing you for that. I don't think that I would Buddy Takukichi, just because you're not going to see it every game. If you don't see it turn 1, then it's generally not going to be your item. And if you don't see it, like, basically you're probably going to want to play it as one of your opening plays. And if you don't play it then, you're probably not going to play it later. So, that's why I don't personally buddy it. What I do buddy is the Super T Titan, Sky 3. This is like the 3rd time recording this, and I've said Sky Tree like the past 4 times. So Sky 3. Pay 2 gauge to call him, just like any other battle building, and then, like all of the battle buildings, he has an on-entry effect, a continuous-like effect, and then an entry effect if it entered by a battle building effect. And also, usually it has like a stat like Penetrate or Double Attack. In this case, it's Penetrate. All of them also have Soul Guard. So, when this card enters the field, put up to 1 battle building spell other than the respective one for this guy into your hand. And then if it entered by a battle building effect, top 2 to gauge. Card attack can't be nullified if it's attacking alone. It's 4 crit. It's going to give you a good 4 damage. Put your opponent to 6. 4 if they're playing Searing Executioners. 7 if they're playing Thunder Empire's Fangs. That's what I would buddy. You tend to call this a lot. Because, getting a spell back is really good. Because every battle building has a respective spell that they can be called with that cheapens their cost and gives them Soul Guard. So I think Sky 3 at 4 is the way to go. Moving on to the other stuff that sometimes varies in quantity though. 3 Friendship Combi Iborg. Entry effect is gain 2 life. Entry by battle building effect is gain 3 more life, so you gain a total of 5. This one has Ride for 2 gauge. And the continuous like effect is that your battle buildings have their size reduced by 3 as long as you ride on this guy. He also has Kaiserian stats, which I found very funny. I actually tried to make a deck based on that. It was not good. Anyway, I've seen I think a couple lists run 2. I think I've tried 4. I think 3 is kind of the sweet spot. Might go less. I don't know. You can kind of toolbox them out. So I'm not sure what I would do for the quantities there. Then 3 copies of the Pavilions, Simul Lock-On, G Gold Pav, and S Silver Pav. So on entry effect is pop a monster, on entry by an effect is pop a card, and then all battle buildings on your field can't be destroyed by opponent's card effects. Double attack. So that second effect with the can't be destroyed by opponent's card effects is really good right now. I've done a lot of testing with this deck against Dragonblood Sect because I own the deck and it's easy for me to play test against. This being able to shred 2 soul off of Deadly Eyes and avoid counterattack is really, really nice. Double attack on a 7k attack body is also really good. So I've actually tried this one at 4. Kind of liked it, kind of clogged, somewhere in the middle. You could probably get away with running it at 2, but it feels a little dangerous to me, and I don't like to live dangerously. I know that some people do. I live in something of a society myself, actually. But anyway, for the one-ofs, I play Halder and Nakari Messer. I'll get to the Cybird when I get to the sideboard. So Halder, on entry effect, by a battle building effect, is triple attack. He doesn't have a regular on entry effect, but also if you are riding a battle building, all battle buildings on your field can't be rested by opponent's card effects, and they get +1 crit. This dodges Telkarai. This dodges that one Astro Dragon spell to pay 1 gauge, nullify or rest the thing. This avoids a lot of things, and I like him a lot. Makari Mess reduces the next damage that you would take by attacks to 0, and then if entered by an effect, draw a card. Also, passive effect is the damage you take is reduced by 1. So this is a really nice card for matchups like Folktale that like to poke you for 1 a bunch. But I frankly think that he's one of the ones that's starting to show his age, so I might relegate him to the sideboard. I'm not entirely certain now. Moving on to the spells though, I have 3, it's superhero time. I don't think that I would play any less than 3, maybe 2, but I don't think I would play 4, just because 4 would kind of clog. Pay 1 life if you are equipped with an item. You have to have an item equipped for this. Look at the top 3 cards of your deck, put up to 1 from among them into your hand, rest into the gauge. Hard once per turn. Really good card. It's like a bot link. I don't think that it will ever be bad. 4 would be expensive though, so you can probably get away with building battle buildings without these. Actually, it just would suffer a little bit more in the consistency department than it already does. But frankly, you'd probably get by without it. It's whatever. Other generic stuff for Hero World, Cosmo Scarf. I only have 3, so I only play 3. I'd probably play 4 to be honest. During attack on your opponent's turn, if you have an item equipped, pay 1 gauge and roll the attack, and then the attacking card cannot stand for the rest of the turn. Good for nullifying, double attack, triple attack, quadruple attack. Some of the stuff that I guess Unyielding Bots is the name of it, where it just keeps on standing. Yeah, good card. It's a shame that it's only that it's a promo only card, because I would absolutely love for that to have been printed at common, because Hero World attack nulls are pretty bad aside from the archetype specific ones, or ones rather. Anyway, loyalty. Either reduce the next damage that you take by 3, drop a soul from your opponent's field, or stop your opponent from calling past 3 times. That last effect is really important. You can actually get away with main decking these in buildings, which is really kind of pretty good. It's actually why I was considering taking them to regionals, but then I realized that they kind of died to a couple of silver bullets in the format, so kind of annoying that that happened, but at the same time, it's pretty impressive for a deck that hasn't gotten a second wave. 2 spell nulls. You probably play 3 if you wanted to. I just had 2 because space issues. 2 gauge, nullify the spell your opponent casts. Expensive card, want a reprint of it, please reprint it, Bushiroad. We could use like a revival collection for Buddyfight, Smiley Face. But on to the battle building specific stuff. Oh, by the way, the reason that you can get away with loyalty in the main board is because Takakichi can take it. It's pretty cool. Moving on to the battle building specific stuff, we have the 4 attack negates. Nullify the attack. If you have a battle building on your field, you can cast it. Gain a gauge, gain a life, and then if you have 3 or more battle buildings, draw a card. This is good. You know, purple, that like deity purple dragon shield that just got revealed the other day? Yeah, this is that, but we did it first, so we're cooler. And I know that because my mom said so. And then you have the 4 battle building online. Or sorry, battle building online! Pay 1 life, mill a battle building from your deck, add a set spell. Doesn't have to be the respective one. Hard once per turn. This makes and breaks the deck. It's what makes it a toolbox deck, frankly. I don't think that these would be particularly playable without battle building online. Not much to say about it. But anyway, set spell time. So every set spell has the same, like, pay 1 gauge, call a dude, put this card into the soul, counter speed. And then they have one, like, start of the turn effect. The only exception is Buddy Academy Hostile, which is the Iborg spell, which lets you ride it from the drop zone. It's hand or drop zone, I should say. So, you know, Super T Sky Tower, 1 gauge, counter speed, call a Super T Sky Tower, or like Super T Titan, Sky 3, from your hand or drop zone, but paying its call, or without paying its call cost, and put this card into its soul. Gives it free soul guard, basically. Start your turn, drop the top 3 cards of your deck. If you do, add up to 1 battle building spell from among them to your hand. It's like a Dante Burning Abyss. Cool guy. I like milling. Very fun. Discord server will get that. So, otherwise, we have 4 Buddy Academy Hostile. You'd honestly probably get away with 3. Start of the turn effect is draw a card, and then, you know, you can ride a guy instead of calling him if you want. This is call or ride for this one. And then the Pavilion set spell. Effect is like pay 1 gauge, start your turn to gain 4 life. You never use that, but you need it for the Pavilion mechs. And then the one-ofs, we have the 1 Grand Hall and the 1 Makari Mess, or Mekoshin Mess, whatever. I'm an American, I don't know how to pronounce foreign words. Anyway, so Makari Mess is drop a battle building, or sorry, choose a battle building in your drop zone, drop a card to add it to your hand. And then Grand Hall is really good. Pay 1 life to pop a card in your opponent's field. This effect is why I wanted to run it. Also the fact that, you know, everybody pointed out that it was good, and I agree. But honestly, popping a card every single turn is really nice, and it's really cheap to do so. It's like 1 life is practically nothing. You could probably get away with more copies of this. I've tried it before. I kind of clogged a bit. Like, the problem with these set spells these days is that the format is so fast. If you don't kill your opponent turn 1, they're probably going to kill you unless you have like 3 attack nulls. So you don't really have time to wait, I guess. Now, if you do, obviously, battle building can just completely blow anything out of the water in terms of advantage, or at least catch up to everything. I don't know. You know, Dragon Blood Sect is kind of stupid, stuff like that. But yeah. Makari Mess, I think in a slower format, running more copies would definitely be neat because you can actually get battle buildings online back with that. You can get build combination back with that. So really, really fine card. Just don't think that it's fast enough. And then 2, Power of Justice, build power extension. Or sorry, Power of Justice, build power extension. 3 gauge, if you run the battle building and your opponent has 6 or less life, you can burn your opponent for 1 for each battle building in your drop zone. Each different battle building. This, quite frankly, is not as good as it used to be. It's decent as an impact, but it's luck reliant, and like 3 gauge is kind of expensive even in a deck that has so much gauge excel. One list that I saw a while ago, I think it was the Malaysia one, was playing 1 hyper energy, or maybe it was 2. Either way, was playing like a couple of hyper energies just so they could get stuff off. I think Hyper Energy is fine tech. I think it's kind of win more in some respects. Like I think buildings are kind of fine without it because they have more Gauge Excel than a lot of decks do. Especially with Superhero Time, along with everything else. Like Sky 3 is such a good card. I love Sky 3. Anyway, I think that's about it for Sideboard. Cybird, haha, segue. So Cybird, frankly I haven't called it very much lately, so I decided to relegate it to the side. It's still useful in some matchups where you need to hit over numbers, but generally you prefer anti-destruction from the pavilions. I don't know if I mentioned that. The pavilions avoid destruction. Like, you generally don't need to fix your numbers as much because Hero World numbers are actually pretty decent. Most of your stuff hits for at least 7k, and you could probably side it in against like Max Dragons and whatnot. But also like the incidental card draw is neat. But the main thing that people use Cybird for was the like stunning effect, and I frankly don't think that it's as good as it used to be anymore. Like it's just awkward, I guess, because it's taped to a monster. It's not like Cosmo Scarf where you nullify the attack and then do it. It requires the opponent's card to like not to be at rest already, so you can't like pin it down and then stun it. Anyway, I think that's about it. Somebody please take me to regionals. Goodbye.